Morning everyone, how we doing? Right, so I've just dropped wifey off. We've been to Oxford and come back. It's nearly lunchtime. I need to get to work and finish the transit van because, yeah, didn't expect it to take as long. So, let me bring you up to speed. Basically, he's not sugarcoating anything. He's just being as honest as he can. He's a lovely chap. Clearly very, very educated in his field. There is a problem, but he's basically explained it to me that there's lots of different white blood cells and they all do different things, and the thing that flagged up on my blood test was the lymph node. There's a technical name for it. I'm not that, I can't pronounce it, but the lymph node white blood cells are showing a sign of increase. So we've had 4 more blood tests, or 4 more vials of blood taken. They're going to go off to the Oxford doctors, or the Oxford hospital. He's given them a set amount of things to screen for, and then we've got another appointment next week, and he will basically then be able to say, right, it's this is the problem, and then we find out whether it's death's door or basically whether it's just something we manage and it carries on. So not the best news, but not the worst yet. I'm trying to remain positive, but obviously my mind is going a million miles an hour, and I'm just anyway. So officially next week we will know what's what and the course of action and how to deal with it. He did say basically that in my blood count from 2018 when I had a blood test till now, I've got less white blood cells in the count than I had then. So he said it fingers crossed it's not like it's got worse, but obviously it's still high enough for him to notice something. So I don't know whether that means stay positive or whether it means it's just going to be something that you live with for whatever reason, and we go from there. So it's kind of one of those situations, but we will not know until kind of next week. So yeah, good and bad. Good to meet him, good to kind of understand what's happening and how everything else is going to take place, but as of a kind of full-on diagnosis, we wait for the second lot of bloods to be tested and come back. The results come back, and then he felt all over me, as in like my glands, my lymph nodes, to have a feel, and he did mention that the 2 basically on my neck were probably a little bit bigger than they should be, or a little bit more active than they should be. They felt kind of, as he said, a bit of a kind of fleshy ball, like a gristly tissue, and he sort of went to these 2 and said these 2, like, something with that. So that, with that in mind, obviously it's not good news, but yeah, not the worst yet. I don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's just a waiting game, unfortunately, which sucks because yeah, it's not the easiest. But anyway, I've got to get off to work. I'm going to stop jabbering on, and I'll see you soon. Right everyone, so let's just run you up to speed. So we've got our multi-core cable and our twin core for the power that was off that light. That's now repaired, rewired, and going over there. And then we've got our multi-core cable, which is now bridging 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. And I've got a spare battery over there on the floor. So what we can do, just to make sure, positives, all the negatives, power it up, make sure everything is good, and there's our lights. Obviously these are going to be off the controller, which is on the roof, but just to test that we've got a signal and we've got all of them working. You can see that one behind the door. And there we go, 4 at the front, 4 at the back.
Now we've just got to basically get that cable in, that cable across. We're going to meet everything up here in the corner, run across the trunking down inside the car, and then in the front we have our front cable, which is there. So everything will come down here, meet somewhere here, and then obviously we've got this radio to do as well, but we'll get it all powered up to the controller with a proper earth in the fuse box, or that fuse box, whichever one. And yeah, proper job. So that's pretty much the hard bit done. Now we're just pulling everything in and getting it down there. Come back to you in a bit.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed.
Right then everyone, here's Tim's transit van with all the stuff cable tied nice and neatly across the roof bars, down the side of the vehicle, in through the conduit, and then ends up in the front. We've got our face kit in, our Pioneer unit steering controls are working, and I've taken out the screen and I've fitted the controller for the light bar in the very top. So he's got visual on what's going on with his lights. Unfortunately, we think he bought the wrong kind for the markers. So I think these are actually side lights, they're not strobe lights. So when we illuminate them, they literally just come on like a marker light. So he's gonna have to revisit that. We're gonna have to swap them over again, but they're all in here, wired, ready to go onto the controller when it's time to work. But we've no longer got any stuff screwed through there or anything like that. Looks good. I'm just about to get myself sorted and get off to caffeine. I will see you in a bit. Evening everyone, just arrived. Place is jamming, so we're gonna have a little wander around first. But I see lots of Scoobies, MX-5s and stuff. See you in a bit.
up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
Cheers, boys.